FTV stream. Sorry, I have to do the intro all again. This is episode 27. I had like 5 minutes worth of a spiel that did not get actually sounded. So this is Francis Vallejo by any chance. Sorry. We're going to redo this. And yeah. Welcome everybody to episode 27 with my special guest, Francis Vallejo. Yeah! Oh, I'm such a klutz. And Akira, but you can't really see her. Ah, I'm such a klutz. Okay. What were you showing, Francis?
Kira.
There she is. Aw, make an appearance like you always do. Okay, go to sleep. Alright, what were you showing everyone?
So I'm 30. For all those out there, does anyone recognize this? I was born in 85. These are really big in like late 80s, the first half of the 90s. Oh wait. Here. These along with the garbage pail kids. Has anyone seen these before?
Maxell says yes, unless Maxell is saying yes because of the audio, but I'm pretty sure he possibly know what you're talking about.
Now check it out though. This is a brand new, brand new, unopened pack. We went to a spot in a suburb of where we live
called Royal Oak. Shout out.
Called Royal Oak, and at the checkout they had these, and I flipped out. Nostalgia attack because they had this one, and then they had about 3 other covers. Also, check it out. They have a stick of bubble gum in it, which I'm sure. Oh, and Periscope must have seen it.
Sorry, you got a dual show.
And I'm sure I'll crack my tooth on this bubble gum, but
it does feel super hard if you feel the outside of the package.
But l.shima here said that we should open it up during the show. So that's going to come a little later. So
no, because we just got back from our daily adventures, and he was literally excited. He was super amped about opening this baseball packet. Yeah, but it's baseball cards. And I'm like, no, wait, hold on. Wait, let's do it on the episode since I've already figured out that you were going to be a guest. Like an informal, you know what I'm talking about, informal guest. I'm like, you might as well open it during that, so that would be fucking awesome. So we're gonna do that. So actually, we'll do that in replacement of eating random strange things that I provide for my guests because.
Which we already did at lunch.
Well, kinda.
We ate strange things at lunch.
What did we eat strange?
The vegan.
That wasn't strange. That was like normal food, but smushed together.
No, it was strange for me.
All right, we'll talk about your vegetarian-vegan experience.
Well, you want me to tell them?
Well, yeah, I feel like you're a better storyteller than I am. I feel like everyone's a better storyteller than me.
Well, you're the one with the podcast.
I mean,
we know that you're the good storyteller. Well, should we start from the beginning?
All right. Once upon a time, there was a girl named l.shima, and she was just the most bestest model in the whole entire world. And then joining this best model named l.shima, there was this fabulous artist named Francis Vallejo. No relation to Boris Vallejo. All right. See, there you go. I did my part, now you do your part.
Well, we woke up.
Oh, you're going way in the beginning. Okay.
We woke up. Who woke up first?
Probably me. No, because I kicked you. No, I was like, Akira did for sure.
Akira woke you up, and you didn't want to take her out to be fed.
Nope,
and
didn't.
Use the bathroom like you normally do.
Nope, didn't.
So you nudged me to do it.
For sure.
And then I didn't want to, so I grabbed Akira and I pulled her back into the bed under her cocoon.
You said that she raises from the corner.
And then I forced her to go to sleep with her face on mine, and she kept licking my eyeball.
She always wakes up around 6 a.m., between 6 and 7 a.m. for us to feed her. She's like literally the natural alarm clock. But a lot of times we're too exhausted. Well, usually, ever since now, Francis would have to wake up every day on the weekday, at least around 6 a.m. to get ready for teaching or in other whatever activities work-related that you do. But now, since it's Sunday, we want to sleep in. So usually, yeah, what Francis does is just grab her and like kind of forces her to just fall back asleep, which sometimes works, but then it lasts for what, about 5-10 minutes?
It lasts like 10 minutes, and then she tries to step on my nuts, which causes me to get up. So I did, and I brought her downstairs. This is important details.
Okay.
And then fast forward after what did we eat for breakfast?
I had yogurt.
Oh, I had my 2 eggs, my raisin bran, and
Eggs. Oh, you eggs.
no, I'm
Raisin bran.
my
Water.
and my banana. Anyways, what flavor of yogurt did you have?
Oh, it was Greek yogurt, and it was. I feel like it was peach because you pulled it out of the fridge for me. We're giving you all like the ultimate details, just FYI.
And what show did we watch?
We watched Amazing Race because last night I wanted to watch Amazing Race, but Francis wanted to watch a comedy show, and I wasn't about that life. I wanted to watch Amazing Race, but he didn't want to watch that, so we ended up watching The Blackish, and so this morning we watched Amazing Race.
True, and she wants us to participate in Amazing Race, but I'm really bad with directions.
Well, I feel like... go ahead.
Well, I'm bad with directions, and that would stress me out. I think all the other parts of the race, we would absolutely dominate and win first place for sure.
For show. He's laughing. He's making fun of me because I'm using for show out of nowhere, but I want to use that. It's my word for today.
It's the podcast featuring for show.
For show.
For show. For show.
Well, anyway, I was telling Francis when we were watching... My voice just cracked. I was telling Francis while we were watching Amazing Race, though, because I watched a couple seasons prior, and I realized, though, if we were to do Amazing Race, most likely we shouldn't do it together because all the time the couples that go and perform on the Amazing Race are always bickering and arguing, and it's super annoying. And I'm like, see, I don't want that. I don't want to temper or mess with our relationship for $1 million or whatever they're getting. But anyways, yeah, okay, so that happened. So that had no reason for a story. Anyways.
No, I mean, I think we're going to watch it. When we pick a show that we're going to watch for its entire duration is a really big deal. Because we finished Seinfeld, which I've never seen, for show. For show. And she threw Friends on me. She wanted to watch Friends, and I'm real questioning it because there's only 1 or 2 laughs per episode. I need more laughs per episode.
So we're starting from the beginning, episode 1 of season 1, and all through on beyond, but the first season wasn't really too hot. Like, it's not really super silly yet. You gotta figure out the characters and understand their dilemmas in life, and then fully, you gotta eventually pick who you are in that group because it's a group of friends kind of thing, so, And Francis is getting preoccupied. So let's read what you streamers have to say tonight so Francis doesn't keep being preoccupied over here. Theron says the whole family is on the podcast this week. For sure. See, I said for sure the right way this time.
Indeed.
Maxwell, are those cards of baseball players playing today or years ago?
They're, from what I remember, they're cartoon drawings, that make fun of them, like Mad Magazine, but with boogers falling out of their noses and stuff. It's perfect for a 7-year-old from that time.
See, I being 23, yeah, I'm 23. I've never seen this before. I mean, I've heard about baseball cards and stuff, but I've never seen these exact ones. So I don't even know what this is supposed to look like. I'm very actually curious. I kind of want Francis to taste the gum, just to bite it. No, you won't? There's a guy on YouTube that eats, literally 50-year-old cookies from, the army, and he'll open it up and, smell it, and then sometimes he'll, eat it, and he'll be like, oh, this tastes like iron or something. I don't know, but you should do that.
I don't think that'll pass through my system.
Oh, well.
I think this will just sit in my stomach until I die.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, so we've watched Breakfast Food, and called it Breakfast Food, and then we decided to figure out what's going on for the rest of the day.
And yes, so then one thing that you probably have told them is that we spend a lot of time with each other.
Well, minus the days that you're working, but yeah.
Yeah, versus spending time with other people. Humans.
We're loners.
Well,
not really, but
I guess. I mean, if you guys, the hip hop dudes out there, you've seen this video of Logic talk about how all you do is spend time at home with him, his girl, and his dog, and watch Netflix. That's almost us, except we replaced Netflix with going to thrift stores and stuff.
And Hulu.
Yeah.
And movie theaters.
Which is perfect.
It's perfect, honestly.
It's pretty good. Anyways, so with that preface, we were very, very amped up to do
garage sales.
Garage sales, because we found out we missed a big garage sale the other day. Missed some gems.
This weekend has been jam packed with shit.
That's accurate, because I'm pretty much done teaching for this semester, so summer off.
And I'm not pretty much done with anything, but I just like to do stuff.
Yeah. So, garage sales, then restaurant.
Vegan, vegetarian.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. Well, you already told us.
No, I know. I'm telling them. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
And then we had.
We went. What happened?
Oh, we walked all down Ferndale.
Oh yeah, no, Royal Oak, the new side of Royal Oak, because we've been to Main Street Royal Oak, but there's a whole nother side of Royal Oak,
she said,
which is like only a block away.
She said like a 40-year-old woman. She says, I want to go look at knickknacks.
Well, because usually, what ends up happening is Francis will usually most likely 99.9% of the time pick what we end up doing for the day, which I think is totally fine, because if I have to choose, I spend a good hour trying to figure it out and debating if it's going to be awesome or not, and I'd rather just somebody else pick for me. I'm just I don't feel like thinking about it. So when we were out eating, Francis, was like, well, these are the things that we could probably do next. And he's like, well, I've picked a lot today. Why don't you pick something? And I'm thinking. I even went to the bathroom to even think about it. And I'm like,
that's what you were doing in there?
Well, other than first job was to go to the bathroom, but then while I was there,
doing research.
Not really research, but anyways, I'm like, you know what I feel like doing? There was a moment we were in Cass Avenue, which is in Midtown Detroit, and we were going to these nice-ish little boutique shops. I don't even know what the fuck to call these shops. But they were just selling knickknacks, nice goods and stuff. And I like going to thrift stores, but my favorite part of thrift stores is actually looking at the knickknacks and finding little things to hang in the house and stuff. So I came back from the bathroom to tell Francis, I know one thing I want to do. I want to go look at one of those little places in Cass Avenue and look at these nice little knickknack things. And
she wanted to look at salt and pepper shakers in the shape of whales. And candles. Candles
are my jam.
And spoons in the shape of mermaids.
Yeah. So. Pause.
Yeah. So that was the game plan. So we have a lot of events to get to.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're skipping. Oh yeah.
So the quick version is that I'm from Detroit, and I could talk about that forever. I'm sure people are annoyed, but Detroit's awesome. Anyways. There's a city called Highland Woods, not Highland Park.
Yeah, no, it's Highland Woods.
Highland Woods, which I've never heard of. It's just north of our Detroit Zoo, and it's fascinating. I never heard of it, and it was an awesome area. Anyways, the whole city hosted garage sales.
No, hold on. Do you really think Highland Woods is a city or a neighborhood? Because we've had this discussion about a suburb versus
They said it was a city.
On their address, when they write their street name and address and everything, they put Highland Woods - Michigan.
That's what the guy that I talked to about the marathon said.
I don't think so. So they have a mayor.
Yeah, his name's probably like Jim.
I think it's more of a neighborhood. Indian Village is a neighborhood. Indian Village doesn't have a mayor.
There was this place called Highland Woods, and we went to a lot of spots. Now, understand it's May.
It is May.
And
it's supposedly May.
And it's 42.
It's 42 degrees outside.
I'm wearing my heavy sweater. Look at the sleeves on this thing. This thing is...
I'm wearing a beanie.
Yeah.
And actually a long sleeve under this sweater, and my jacket prior. Both of our jackets prior.
And she never wears beanies, so you just turn the heat on in the house.
Oh yeah, I did just turn the heat on in the house too. So it's what? If you follow my Snapchat, please follow my Snapchat actually, because if you do, you will see all the footage from today's story. But yeah, l.shima. Google it, search it. I don't really know what you do. But yeah, it's what? Why? And it was snowing. I'm kind of skipping probably, but it snowed today and it sleeted or hailed yesterday. What? What?
Well, we got friends coming in from out of town tomorrow that are gonna just assume we live in the cold all year long.
Well, every friend we've had that came to Detroit, it's been cold. And it was weird because most of this winter didn't come until late November. which not necessarily doesn't make sense, but you would think it'd come in October. So we got a break from the winter. But then now, with that being said, it's like just God or the nature or universe or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, since that happened, y'all are just gonna get like a fucking random ass long ass winter to replace that time. Anyways, it makes sense. Just random. Okay, finish. I don't know. So yeah, we were in Highland Woods neighborhood.
Yeah, cruising around, and we got some gems. First one. This isn't gonna seem super exciting for me. One of my favorite artists, Mark English.
I should have pulled it and showed it.
Oh yeah,
See, I asked you which. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
Well, imagine you're just minding your business in this little garage sale, and one of your favorite artists you find a rare album cover he illustrated for $3.
It's actually a little expensive for an old school.
It is. We usually spend
album.
$1 on albums.
Usually, well, $1 to 50 cents. If we get it at like album stores, it's usually $1. But if we get it at like thrift stores, it's usually like 50 cents.
And the crazy thing, we don't play them. We use them to put them on our wall, which is nuts.
I told Francis recently though that I'm like, we should just invest in a record player just so we can listen to all the records we have. We literally have about like 50. That feels like 50. That looks like no. That has to be at least 75.
We're looking at an album that says "badass" with a giant butt on it right now too.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So we usually have the albums, and we're gonna basically make like an art piece installment. Not really. That's not. I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, we're just gonna cover a wall with these album covers.
But they're all black and white.
But they were black and white. But this particular album, Francis just got it because it's
my favorite artist. Anyways, that was a good start. So then we proceeded, fast forward, to get a really awesome child gate. Not because we have children. Baby gate, but because we have a dog that gets in everything. So we got another one, which is gonna be nice.
Which is nice. We already installed it, so we kind of know it's pretty nice.
We did. That we were pumped up
for
about
$10.
that.
It's pretty nice.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I would give it 10 out of 10.
You know, I tried when we were thinking about buying it or whatever. I was hoping that you would try to bargain with them, like whatever. What do you call it, hassle or something?
Haggle. I mean, it was already $10 for like a $150 thing. I felt we were getting the discount.
Yeah, sure. And I also, when I was giving her the because I had a $10 bill. When I was giving her the $10 bill, I was thinking if we did haggle and like we tried making it $7 instead, you'd be like, "Well, I had this $10 that you're just gonna give me."
But you just agreed to 8, so let me.
Anyway,
I need change.
Okay, so we found a baby gate. Oh, and this neighborhood was legit, straight up awesome. It was nice. Like, okay, so the neighborhood we live in is pretty nice. We live in Detroit, like the city of Detroit. And it's a nice neighborhood that actually had a block party. Well, the neighborhood next door had a block party yesterday, and we live near a state park, like a mile away from a state park. All this fun, awesome shenanigans. Anyways, so we get to this neighborhood, which is not in Detroit proper, but not too far from Detroit. And they had just as nice little neighborhood. We weren't expecting too much at first.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting too much at first. We were expecting like your average cookie cutter type of like stucco type of houses, but their houses were similar to where we live, where they have colonial and Tudor and I'm gonna fucking try it. Like, well, they didn't have Victorian houses, but they had like just
modern.
Modern
concrete.
They had like other whatever house you can think of and imagine. They most likely had it in the neighborhood, and so but they were sizable. The ones in our neighborhood are like fucking mansion. Well, not really, but they're almost like mansion quality. Some of them are actually really mansions.
It sounds real pretentious.
It does. We're so fucking bougie. We're like literally. We're so stuck up. Like this beanie cost me $50.
You better tell them it didn't. They're gonna think you have $50 beanie.
I feel like nobody's gonna believe me. This beanie probably was like $1. This sweater was probably like $3. Honestly, these pants were actually probably like $3 too.
That's a lot.
These socks were free. These were a gift. The shirt under here has a hole in the armpit, so I'm doing Kanye style with holes in the shirt. Reference points. Okay.
So then we got a couple things, and we'll fast forward it.
Oh,
so
okay.
then we had vegetarian for lunch, prime time.
Prime time. We've been to 6 vegetarian vegan spots in Detroit.
Yes.
Francis counted, and we had to try to name them. Cafe, Golden Gate, Green Space, Seva, In Season, and Detroit Vegan Soul. 6. And we're not vegans or vegetarians, but, sometimes it's nice to cleanse the body of meat and stuff. Okay, anyway, sorry, keep going.
No, it's your podcast. You talk as much as
you're my guest. Anyways.
So then we went, and you said you wanted knick-knack stores.
Yeah.
So then we went to see a lot of knickknacks. Are you going to tell them about the magnet you got?
Well, yeah, too. Oh, I don't have it.
And the pickle?
Oh, yeah, I was going to tell them about that. No, I was going to first tell, okay, so I decided, I wanted to go to knickknacks. And Francis was like, oh, you want to go to Cass Avenue? I'm like, I don't feel like, we're already in Royal Oak. I didn't feel like going all the way to Midtown. Plus, I had to get prepped for this episode. So I'm like, you know what, actually, I remember driving through because I went to that American Apparel before in the past. And I remember actually when I went to the New York shoot on Thursday, I went through that street. So I remembered about it. So Royal Oak is a city. This actually has a mayor that has a main street and that has all the restaurants and all this stuff, bakeries, random stuff. But I remembered literally a block to the west of Main Street was another street that I noticed had American Apparel and a couple other stores and restaurants that we actually never explored before. So I thought, actually, before we go anywhere, because he wanted to go to a Salvation Army for me to try on a floral dress. But basically, I wanted to go to this other part of Royal Oak that we have never explored before. So we did so, and as we were about to park at a spot, Francis noticed that there was a store that basically described, or a store that was basically what I described that I wanted to do. Yeah, that's how you say it. So we ended up going in the store, and it was almost like a Spencer's, but a high-end, not as naughty Spencer's. Pretty much. It's not actually high-end. It was decently priced.
She says not as naughty. One of the things she bought me was a magnet that said,
give a thumbs up.
Give a thumbs up if you looked at porn at work, which had a bunch of people
oh no, clip art, or not clip art.
It was a Getty Images, stock art picture.
Yeah, exactly. So people yeah.
Which I love. She gets me.
No, because you laughed at it, and it was because it was sweet. Because you were like, you know what? Because I want a whole bunch of these nice fragrant soaps, and they actually carried some. And so Francis was like, you know what? You can get yourself a soap today, because we don't splurge that much.
We go crazy.
These soaps are $7. That's fucking expensive, at least in our budget. Not really in our budget, but just in our minds, or at least my mind. Anyways, so I was like, oh, that's really sweet. So I sniffed every single one of the soaps to figure out which one I wanted. But then Francis saw kitchen towel things, those dish towels or whatever. And okay, you're best to describe what caught your attention with those towels.
Well, we don't put anything up on our walls in the house because I'm super paranoid.
Well, you weren't originally going to put it up on the wall in the house.
Well, I know, but
okay.
I'm paranoid because, I judge all the art or whatever, so I'm sort of waiting for the right moment. But anyways, I seen a kitchen towel that I thought was fresh. You don't hear those words every day.
Fresh to death, yeah.
And I'm like, I could see this in my kitchen. I'll allow it into my kitchen.
Yeah, well, the first
one I seen was a cool illustration of this
tattooed girl with straight across bangs in a kitchen.
Stylized, flat kids book looking. It was cool image. But then I seen one of a pickle dancing in a pickle jar.
She wasn't dancing. She was in distress.
She was sort of she was in distress. What does it look like? So wait, here, you do the movement while I say.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
So it had these words on the bottom.
So imagine I'm in a jar right now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Okay, this is gonna be the best part of the show.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Was it, I think. Okay, so it was like, I think I'm in a real pickle. It said, I think, yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah, I think I'm in a real pickle. And it was a pickle.
It was a pickle. So we thought it was fantastic, so we scooped that up.
Pickle's stuck in a jar.
So probably at least 100 times we're like, I'm in a real pickle. The little gingerbread man's like, I'm a real boy.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I've been trying all day to give a different voice, but okay. Wait, what is it again?
I think I'm in a real pickle.
I think I'm in a real pickle.
You're like the gingerbread man meets like Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, I forgot what Pillsbury Doughboy. Okay, anyways. So there's all that.
And then she got me a porn magnet.
A porn magnet. Yep.
Then basically all she wanted was knickknacks, and we went to a
good.
place in the world that has like 9 knickknack stores,
Yeah,
and we didn't even
insane.
plan it.
I did not plan it at all. I just wanted to check it out and hope that there was at least something awesome, at least one thing, but there was multiple things.
So one of those was this. And
No, that was late. Oh, okay, well, yeah, whatever.
Should we do it?
Yeah. Well, was there? Well, first you bought a cool book from that one War Mom wedding invitation maker Hallmark wannabe expensive. It's like an expensive Hallmark wannabe.
Well, we went into this like we would stationary, really fancy bougie stationary
like where
place.
George Costanza goes, but a more bougier where George Costanza goes to get his wedding invitation.
Yeah, no one gets killed at that one.
Yeah, no.
Seinfeld
You
reference.
would hope not. Yeah.
And we really went in there because I said, Shima, you should look for all different ways you can throw your photos on stuff.
Yeah.
And she got some pretty good ideas.
Get ready for next week, boys and gals.
l.shima baby bibs.
Yeah, what?
l.shima baseball caps.
What?
l.shima stationery.
What?
l.shima
flowers? What? How? I don't even know.
Indeed, coming soon. So, yeah. Anyways, then I got like a magazine book. It's hard to describe, but imagine the highlights. You know, the little classic book for kids, but done by a bunch of really hip illustrators with like tongue-in-cheek games, but really high-end done.
It's nice.
It was pretty nice.
It is nice.
The mazes are really hard to do in it.
How do you pronounce the title of the guy's name or the title of the book?
I don't know.
It's like a Nork or something.
It's made in England.
We found out for sure it was made in England or somewhere else other than America because they said stones, paper, scissors.
Yeah, instead of rock, paper, scissors, they say stones, paper, scissors. Here, rock, paper, scissors game. Let's go.
Wait. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. No, that doesn't count. Here's paper. So please tell me, paper, when you have a piece of paper doesn't stand like, oh wow, look at me, I'm bouncing that. But realistically, paper doesn't stand like that. Even though I'm proving my or disproving my point.
This is paper.
Paper lies flat. Paper lies flat. You never do paper like that. Scissors is like this.
You don't move it.
Paper is like this. So anyways.
So then that happened, and then we went into a record place, and then I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. I think it's time.
Okay, fine. It's time. It's time.
I think it's time.
It's time.
So this is like unwrapping when they do stuff on YouTube.
Thank you.
So this, to give context to where this came from, I'll put it up here in front of my face because you want to see her.
Yeah, but you gotta don't forget Periscope.
Oh, that's impossible to do both.
Here, all you gotta do is just like kind of like you gotta angle it so they can't see the finer details, but you know.
So anyways, I grew up reading comics. That's why I'm an artist. And I'd go to a lot of comic places, whether comic stores or at flea markets with my parents or anything. And these things would always be at the end of the counters. There would be a lot. There'd be these Garbage Pail Kids, regular baseball cards, just a ton of stuff. Those were the glory days of just cards. You know, and it's in the same vein as Mad Magazine, that type of stuff. So I used to get these a lot. And I remember a couple times I'd actually put the gum in my mouth and it would taste like pencil shavings and eraser dust.
Ew.
But you're a kid, so you're like, this is cool.
Remember the bubbles, the gum, double bubble, or
Oh, yeah. And
the zebra one?
the zebra one, remember Big League Chew? That was in the vein of this.
Literally was gross.
Do you remember Big League Chew?
Yeah, they still have that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do actually.
Okay.
Came in that big package, and there was like literally a big.
So I would get these, and they were always 25 cents, and I think my parents gave me a salary allowance of like 10 cents a week or something. So I'd wait a couple weeks, and I can get a new pack of these. This was like the highlight of my life. So in any event,
I'll hold it because you got to.
I'm gonna open it right now.
Oh, okay, well.
So, and anyways, that's where this come from, and I'm gonna check it out. So I want to do it with the internets.
So Everyone can see what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm opening up the bag.
Oh my god, it's like a Willy Wonka, like, is there gonna be a golden ticket?
Now, also, I have all of these saved, of course, because my mom saves everything, so I'm an only child and all that. Shout out to my mom. And I'm sure I have all of these in binders. Remember the sports card binders?
I
and
love
all
how
that?
gentle you are. I feel like if you're your age at the time when these were out, you would literally rip these up.
No way.
Not even the package.
No way. Always a collector. You know, you get your comics, and then you're done reading a comic, and then you put it in your sleeve.
Yeah, but the package though, like your.
Oh no, you keep the package sometimes.
Oh, okay.
She's not a nerd with this stuff.
I mean, I collected Beanie Babies. Get on my level. And then I lost them. I had like a shit ton. Not like crazy amount, but a shit ton. And they were not worth shit. I had a Princess Diana.
Wasn't there an episode of Seinfeld with Beanie Babies? One of the shows.
No.
It was Broad City, and they had to return the Beanie Baby to the.
Oh, because Broad City is legit. Also, random shout out, Broad City was they drink drought juice. Well, I didn't know how to really. They did a shout out to Drought Juice, which is a local Michigan, Detroit company with bomb ass but expensive ass juices. Literally, it's $10 for like an 8-ounce. It's fucking expensive, but it's actually really good. Ew, they don't even put the fucking gum in a package.
Wait. So first thing we notice. Now again, this is from like 1988.
What?
Moldy gum.
Okay, first thing,
So
moldy gum.
Moldy gum, super great. I wouldn't expect nothing else. You got, this is, so 88, so that's 12, and that's 16. You got 28-year-old gum. Witness here for everyone to see, 28-year-old gum. A little.
Okay, but first, my actual acknowledgement of this, why isn't the gum in a package? The gum is straight up connected and glued on to the art.
No, it's perfect. It'll be fine. Watch. Perfect. There's a little specularity shift in it, but we're good to go.
Shift.
If I ate this, I'd for sure die, for sure. Probably in like a minute.
You're not doing good. There you go. Ew.
For sure, definitely death.
Ew,
Death by bubblegum right here.
Ew, look at it. Ew.
So, alright, I haven't seen these since I was maybe 8.
Ew.
So.
Don't touch your fingers. Or don't lick your fingers.
Oh,
ooh,
yes,
you
can
place it
put
together?
Yeah, you do. I remember
that's cool.
that. So the first guy we got is
Yeah, let me do it. Cause
Slowball Scott.
you should be focusing on your.
Yeah, it's an illustrator, and he would.
Sorry, I'm trying not to get a reflection.
The gum is older than her. Yeah, you're right.
What up? I am a youngin.
So they illustrate all these characters in the cards.
Ooh, look at his tongue. His tongue looks like it will definitely rip your skin off your bod.
So Long Arm Lenny.
Long Arm
I
Lenny.
remember these. This is great. Then we got Backwards Barry.
So
man, Orville. Check out Orville the Oozer. That's fantastic.
Here, switch me.
Again, now understand. Oh, Periscope.
He forgets about y'all Periscope. Well, there's nobody even on Periscope, so F y'all Periscope.
And understand that as like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, to see these cards, and my dad's like, someone drew those as a job. I'm like, you can get a job drawing like Pirate Perry. Like that's a thing. So shout out to.
Looks like Snowball Scott has ball sacks on his chin.
That was kind of. I'm sure that's what the artist was going for.
Probably.
So shout out to these cards for like
Existing.
being an influence, existing for sure. Sam Quentin the chicken, and the cool thing is that if you look at the back.
Oh wait, but you got 2 Orville Oozers. Why you got 2? Can they not give you doubles?
That happens.
Wait, you trade these?
I didn't have any friends that collected these.
Oh, well, that's sad.
But you could. But if you look at the back, it's all part of a big picture.
Whoa, wait, this one's different. Wait, this one's different. These don't have pictures. These have stats.
Oh, those have the stats? I remember those.
What?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Bin to release What? These are stickers?
Hey, no, wait.
I love stickers.
Hold on, let me see.
I love stickers. I need more stickers. So if you have stickers, #artists. If you have stickers,
So here we go. I'll end with this one. We got Pirate Perry. And on the back, Pirate Perry is 6'3", 7'3" with hat on. 145 pounds, 245 pounds, holding the sword. This is what we're looking at here. He's a hookball pitcher. He swoops down from the stands onto the playing field on a long rope from his pajamas.
PJs.
His off-season job is he's a contestant on Let's Make a Deal. I didn't know that show was around in 1988.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
And his best record is he hit a ball with his sword 582 feet out of the ballpark.
Wouldn't the ball just slice in half, though, physically?
Probably.
Yeah.
But when he got back into the ballpark, however, they made him use a bat. And that, my friends, is... What was the name of this? I don't want to touch the gum.
No, I'm really...
Baseball's greatest gross out.
No, like, I'm seriously excited that this is a sticker. Can I just... Like, okay, the ones that you got doubles on, can I have a sticker of it? Like, you have doubles of this one, and one is supposedly is a sticker. This one you got doubles of.
But see, as a collector, you see how the backs of these two are different?
Yeah, but one's a sticker.
One's a sticker. A collector would never separate those, but...
Except for you're not...
But
are these going to be worth $1 million? Because if this is going to be worth $1 million, then you
we did buy them for 50 cents today.
Yeah. But if it's going to be $1 million, we're going back to that place and just buying the entire box. With all the nasty moldy gum in it.
That's true.
I want
That's
the
true.
sticker. Okay, anyways.
You can have the sticker.
Yes. I'll pick the one that I want. I don't think I want San Quentin chicken.
You want Orville the Oozer?
Actually, I don't know if I want that one. I don't know. He's just kind of scary.
Yes.
And the fucking the kid.
What did you say?
This only happening once. Anyways, so then we went to this really high end. This will be the last one about this Royal Oak story, but we went to this super high end knick-knack store, like where Francis put mustache beard goo on his beard and it stuck there, and it was very silly. But they had like just like amethysts. I don't even know. Okay, now this is like dying. Okay.
Well, no. You know those stores where it's like everyone is still on the Oregon Trail and everything's handmade and smells like burning wood, but but they sell a hunk of a log for like $50. One of those stores,
Yeah.
and admittedly it was pretty cool, but
It was expensive.
spending like $19 on beard wax, I
It was a
don't
little
know.
excessive.
Well, wait, my favorite part though is that there was this group of friends and stuff, and then. And they were walking into the store, like, let's go in there. Yeah. Another guy's like, yeah. And the girl's like, yeah. And one of the guys was like, oh, man, look how good their logs are.
Oh, yeah.
They got cool logs.
All it was like sliced in half logs where they painted like bullseyes on the actual end caps of it.
This dude was super pumped about logs.
I mean, we get pumped about some silly stuff, too.
Yeah. No, we got pumped about...
But it was just funny. It's like logs. Really? The logs.
No, we get pumped by, like, cool things. Like
Trash cans.
Trash cans and, like, baseball
Teacups.
cards from 1980.
Yeah. We're awesome. We're awesome people. There was also the Mooney Money spot with the Japanese. Anything crazy happened there? You just gotta.
There's a designer, Dry Goods.
Yeah, like something dry.
Have you heard of that designer?
Super Dry. It's called
Super Dry Goods. I believe it's a Japanese designer. At least they have Japanese symbols, and I've been aware of it for a while, and they were really nice. And I tried on a hoodie, and
nice.
I asked her how much she thought it was going to be.
I said $50.
It was $130. So,
Actually,
I mean, I'm not sure the place you got to be in your life to drop $130 on a hoodie.
Yeah, I don't know either. I guess super rich. No, not super rich, because there's super rich is like Beyonce, Jay-Z, super rich. We ain't even touching that.
Financially independent with some spending money, I would say so. Yeah, so we went there, and they had a bunch of Moonies and the scene from you'll see on Juxtapose and High Fructose and Kid Robot and all that stuff, and it was pretty alright. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we went to a Detroit designer called Dirty. right? It was
Dirty label. The dirt. No, the dirt label.
Dirt label. And that was fresh. That was cool. Schmoozed a little bit with that guy.
I didn't. But he didn't even look at me.
Yeah.
It's like, psh, psh. Fine. I'm not gonna look at you.
He's probably scared. He's probably nervous.
All right. Francis thinks that all these men are nervous to talk to me. It's BS.
I was really nervous to talk to her when I met her.
But you had to. You were forced to because you were hiring me. So you had to. That sounds like a sex-related thing, but it wasn't. Just, everyone knows.
I think Akira's looking at 28-year-old gum.
Ew! No. Don't get sick. We don't need that. We don't need that in our lives right now. Alright. So quick change of drastic events. What's your thoughts on the artist? Who's the artist? J. What's your thoughts on JSMN?
All right. So this is the transition into the music talk.
Yeah, because I feel like our daily...
Wait. Should you do it as Nardwar?
Nardwar! No, because nobody can do it like Nardwar other than Nardwar.
Okay, that's true.
Like
Shout out to Nardwar.
Yeah.
So anyways...
Would you really hold Nardwar's mic? Like,
sometimes. I remember Snoop Dogg would grab at Nardwar's mic.
Okay.
Anyways, your mic's too close. I put the mic there. So Drake albums dropped, and it was cool enough.
What's the Drake album called?
Views from the Six. And,
do you know what the Six mean?
Toronto.
I did not know that until like a year ago. And,
it was fine. It's like 18 tracks or something. If he made it 10, it'd be pretty solid. But in any event, right before that... Before it. Prior. A little time before.
Formal.
This group, I believe, signed to OVO called JMSN, made up of the producer 1985 as well as this other fellow.
Other fellow.
And you're my hype man for my story.
I don't know how to like. Okay. Yeah.
And anyways, it's an amazing album. It's really good. And
wait, you did listen to the new album? Wait, no, we're talking about Drake. Okay, sorry.
Well, so there's JMSN.
Yeah.
Then there's, let me see. I believe because it's so similar.
Wait, is that what he looks like?
Then wait, shoot. See, we're all over the place. So the one artist I'm talking about is DVSN. He's signed to Drake. Another artist is called JMSN.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, they're dope, but you can see how I confuse them. There's a lot of S's and N's and whatnot, just a bunch of letters.
Theron says 20 trucks and 6. Where good Drake let me down. 20 track.
6 where good Drake let me down.
I honestly actually never. Well, Francis played the Views from the Six, but I didn't really listen to it, so I don't really have any thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I tried not to be influenced because everyone was giving him a hard time, and Joe Budden went crazy and all that, and I thought it was cool enough. But in any event, so let me get my facts straight. DVSN is a group signed to Drake's label, and it's a fantastic.
Wait, it's a
album.
group? I thought it was a guy.
No, it's 2 people.
Oh.
JMSN is one guy.
Wait. What race are they?
I don't know the race.
Are they males?
They're males. Yeah. So DVSN, anyways. It's really good. It's generally really good. It's sophisticated R&B.
It's really good. If you follow my snaps, I've jammed to them.
Yeah. It's sophisticated R&B. It's the producer 1985 produced Hotline Bling and a lot of other Drake songs. It's strong stuff to the point where I've played Drake's album maybe 6-7 times. I've played DVSN probably like good 30 times now, and I know l.shima here loves it, so I play it even more. Then so you got JMSN.
Yeah.
JMSN, who sounds like a mix between John B, Justin Timberlake, and a little bit of the angst of the early weekend.
The early weekend.
Yeah. And he's pretty strong. So there's a lot of SN listening going on around here.
Especially if you listen to the podcast DVD ASA. Well, no, that's not SN. But whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a podcast we used to listen to called DVD ASA, and that's probably why I'm messing up all the letters here.
So many abbreviations and everything. I wonder if they stand for. I wonder if they do even stand for anything. But yeah.
I don't know. So those are the soundtracks right now. A little Drake here and there, at least for me. I mean, I'm trying to think of the other listens that recently came out. I've listened to Chance 3. I thought it was pretty cool, but
I thought his name's Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, but the album's called
Chance
Chance 3. I think coloring book is another term we used for it. I broke it up into like 3 listens, so I didn't get a straight listen on the best headphones, so I need to give it a couple more plays, but it was pretty strong. It started with Kanye West, same way Kanye started with Chance, but I can't touch Ultralight Beams, like the Kanye feature.
Oh yeah, the Kanye. Yeah.
The weird track was Chance had a track with Lil Yachty and Young Thug, which sounded more like Young Thug featuring Lil Yachty and Chance instead of a Chance track.
Aww.
But it was pretty cool. That came out. That was about it. The school year's over, so I'm gonna listen a lot because I can't, when I'm teaching a class, figure drawing class, I can't necessarily play, the new whatever album.
Because you don't want to offend your students, or is it just because?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because there's cussing and sex involved.
You got to be a scholar.
And
so there's a lot to catch up on too.
Yes.
But how about, what do you think? Do you think they care about this book here?
What do I think? I think they do for sure care about that book. At least I do. So whatever I care about, y'all automatically care about, because guess what?
It's your podcast?
Yeah! Thanks for filling that in. I was really not sure what was supposed to happen.
I passed it and you dunked it.
Thanks, babe. Alright, go ahead. No, I should do the introductions. So we've already discussed about current events and l.shima and Francis Vallejo's recent adventures on their outings earlier today. Plus, Francis gave us some knowledgeable information about some rappers and some albums and some SNs. But currently, you did not know, or possibly, I don't know what you walked in either. Possibly you never heard of Francis Vallejo. Let me do a quick, awesome introduction for this one-of-a-kind artist / illustrator / entrepreneur / businessman / teacher / mentor / awesome human being in this entire world, universe, whatever. Francis Vallejo is an artist and illustrator, but recently he just accomplished one of his all-time first edition books. Ba-ba-bam! So, Francis Vallejo, please come out wherever you are. Woo!
Thanks for having me, Shima.
Oh, you're welcome, Francis. So I took the pleasure in reading this book, and my word, the words didn't get me as much. No, it did, because just in case Roxanne Orgel is watching this for some weird reason. But it's more the illustration. The illustration is what made me breathless. Can you please inform me and everyone else about this unique book that I have in my hand?
This is my book. No, this is my kid's book. It is called Jazz Day, Making of a Famous Photograph, written by Roxanne Orgel and illustrated by me, Francis Vallejo. I worked on this thing for 3-ish years. I'm still working on the promotion. It came out in March. You can buy the book at Barnes & Noble. Apparently a bunch of people seen it at Costco.
If you don't have the book at your local bookstore, just say, hey, what's up? Order this book for me, and they'll do it.
Indeed. Get it at Amazon, at all your favorite book retailers. But, I illustrated it. It's my first kid's book, so I'll give you a quick tour here. If anyone has any questions about kids' books and stuff in general, feel free to let me know.
Stop looking at
coloring book.
Stop looking.
The Chance the Rapper. So this is the cover, and then I did a full, wrong way. The full spread, which continues, and then one of my favorite moments You get into the area with a little information on the story here, and then more information on who the authors are right there. Now, interesting story on the cover is that if you look at it, there's photos up top, and then there's paintings here and such. And the book is about a photo. It's about jazz in 1958 Harlem.
Show them the photo.
And a famous photo, and it's about this photo here, which is a big pull-out, pretty famous image. In any event, since it was about a photo, it was requested I use a photo on the cover. So, incidentally, because I've worked with l.shima for a while, and in photographs, I was able to photo edit and collage about 5 different photos that ran from the front until the back to make it seem seamless. Some of these photos were from 1958, some are from 2015, and then you also composite in all these characters up here. I was proud of how it turned out. I didn't know if I'd be able to, particularly imagine if you're trying to match the perspective of the stairs here with the perspective of stairs somewhere else using multiple photos. You have to distort the photos to match perspectives and whatnot.
Apparently, Akira agrees with you.
And such. So there's that. So if you crack open the sucker, one of my favorite parts, especially with older books, was the actual hardcover jacket itself.
I did some of the lines, or I didn't do those lines, but I definitely did trace the lines.
And she helped me transfer.
Kira.
She helped me transfer some of the pencil lines, and then I used actually a razor blade to ink all of this because I wanted to get really spontaneous lines. And this is actually the stairs that the photo took place on. In any event, so you crack open the book, and I'll take you to the introduction here. It gives you a little background on the photo. And you proceed, and here's the first image. And I'll just give a couple of pages that have some of my favorite illustrations on them here. And one of my biggest influences was Norman Rockwell, which you can notice by some of the compositions and such. And it was also particularly interesting to try to create vignettes. Basically, just the picture isn't constrained by a square. It has open areas in white. So basically, you look at the negative space of this guy's jacket, goes into the white of this background over here. A lot of the compositions had to explore that, which was a big blast for me to play with. So this might be one of the best illustrations I think I've done here. That was done with acrylic, pastel, etching ink, and a couple digital tweaks at the end. But that's the picture there, and I think it's rather indicative of 1960s illustration, which I'm really influenced by. And this was the first piece where I feel like I really matched it with the energy that I've been searching for. This one here turned out pretty alright. The yellow graphic shape
turned out amazing.
Worked out. Yeah, that was pastel, which wasn't working, so I wet a brush and put water on top to get some streaking effects. And actually, the influence for this illustration was by Mark English, who's the guy that I bought the album cover of today for $3 at a garage sale
at Highland Woods.
So all the writing is done in prose, which is a challenge for kids' books, and it's been a challenge in the marketing because it's marketed towards younger kids, but it's more so for older kids and adults, we're finding, which is totally fine. It just affects how we're approaching the publicity and such.
What does prose mean? For those that do not know what prose means.
Prose would mean poetry, free-form poetry.
Wait, are you saying pro or po?
Prose, P-R-O-S-E.
Oh. Excuse me, young Francis Leo, but my dog needs to take a piss. What a shit!
I can do it.
Do you want to take her outside?
They probably want to see you.
They want to. I'll just show you your book while you do it.
Let's hear. So I have no idea what she's gonna say. So you're gonna get her opinion of what happened in the book.
All right. Welcome everyone to the l.shima Be Cool edition of Let's Read Jazz Day together, shall we? Something just came out of it, so let's pick this page, why don't we? Here, well, I'll give you an example of like one of the things. All right, let's see. Well, we'll just do this one. Okay. This poem is called There's a Hole in the Picture. Duke Ellington, pianist and composer. Hopefully y'all can all see something at least. Where's Duke? On a cruise? Not till October. In the studio? That was last week. Waxed red carpet? Now there's a gem. You can't take a picture of jazz without Edward Kennedy E. Man can pen a song in less than 5 minutes. On an overnight bus, by the light of a match. Where's Duke? On a string of one-nighters? Caro, Lena, French lick? Not till Friday. In the middle of a 3-night stand in Milwaukee. Knocking back a whiskey, make it a beer. Between sets of the brass rail. Yes, Milwaukee. Not anywhere near. Here, hole. And then what do? Yeah, you snap it out. Yeah, like Francis said, literally he started this 3 years ago. My God, as his girlfriend in the making of this book was ridiculous. Watching him from the structure to the research to the ideas and throwing the direction around and what medium he was going to use and what paper and what ink and what colors and all this stuff, and then all the way down to finding the models and, editing the final touches of it on Photoshop, and then having to re-edit the images because they decided to take a photo of it instead of the scan of the original piece. My God, it's still not even done. He still has to organize a few gallery shows to promote the final pieces as well as promote the book, obviously. So watching him do his first children's book is crazy. So he's not in this room, but please buy yourself a copy of the book, and if you do and you send it to my social media, seriously, like I'm not even kidding, he can't even hear me, he's in like literally outside, but if you buy a copy of the book and send it to my social media through Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, even email at l.shima.model@gmail.com and like show that you actually bought his book, it literally would make his day, honestly, no joke. Like he has 6 starred reviews, and he'll kind of talk about it when he gets back, but 6 starred reviews of this book, which is like, it means a lot, actually. That's legit. And we're hoping that by the end of this year, he'll win a Caldecott, which will even make it even more awesome. It's that little gold thing award that you see on a lot of children's books. So please do that. I don't know how much it costs, but you should do it. And then if you do it and you want it to get signed, just ask me and we'll make it happen. All right, so that's my story. He's still not back yet. So, it's a really nice book, seriously. Roxanne Orgel, we met her. She's such a sweetie pie, too. And it's actually, honestly, I've actually never read the poems. That was the first poem I actually read. So, I should read the book, actually. I've definitely for sure seen the illustrations. I just have never actually read the book. But, I'm more for the illustrations. Alright, hurry back. You gotta talk about your art book. I said, hurry back, you gotta talk about your art book. Your children's book. They want to know more. They're dying to hear more. Alright. Damn, Francis, back at it again with them awesome art pieces. I flipped to a random page. So, my question is about your book, though, is, fudge nugget. Oh, so is there any award that you could possibly get from this book? Or, like, your reviews? Or, like, do you have any reviews?
Yeah, the nature of the beast when you put out a book like this is, the reviews, the publicity, awards, etc. are big in just getting the book out there. So, in kids' books, a starred review is a good thing to have. And I'm just learning this because it's my first book, but generally when you see a movie or something, it's like, I give it 5 stars. Well, a kid's book either gets no review, it gets a review, or it gets a starred review. And a kid's book that does pretty good, and people and the publisher will feel comfortable, might get like 2 or 3 starred reviews. And you know, I've got 6, which is cool, you know, and it's my first kid book, and so that's giving the book a lot of press. The Washington Post and the Boston Globe and Esquire and Publishers Weekly and all these places are promoting it, which is really nice, and sending nice words, and it's getting in front of a lot of people that need to get in front of it.
You might see the book on Amazon or somewhere for $15.89. Custom reviews look good.
Yeah. So that's sort of where it's at right now. And then the biggest thing that you can get for a book like this is the Caldecott. And I mean, literally the biggest. Books that get that award are like the Polar Express, Jumanji, stuff like that.
I'm gonna take her outside this time.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I gotta hold down the whole show by myself.
Yeah, you got it.
And you know, that's always done in January. So the more of these that I can get, particularly with the challenging subject matter, the better it is. And I'm putting a lot of energies into pushing that. So right now, I told you, I'm doing all the promotions in the book. I worked on the book 3 years, then you put in another year or 2 on promotions, especially if you got momentum, which I have right now. So making your own website for it is a really big thing, you know. And since it's my first book, the publisher's not going to do that, even though they're supporting it. I kind of got to do it on my own, which is fine. I've always done things on my own. So designing and putting together the website. I'm doing book tours, you know, going around and reading at libraries and events and conventions and all that stuff, shaking hands, kissing babies, which is fun. I do enjoy it. Working with the kids is fantastic. Reaching out into a bunch of local outlets that would carry the book. Today I met a couple contacts, which would be really great. You know, build up, you know, if you got to first drum up promotion in your hometown, then push out from there, right? So those sort of things. And, you know, there's I haven't actually said this at all, but I'll say that there's a really big museum in Massachusetts that's going to host a big event at the end of the year, which I'm really pumped up for. So in any event, if all that comes together, all these different avenues, now that the book is out and the Caldecott list, you know, the selects for the Caldecott list come out and I can get the book on it, and then they're aware of all this promotion and interest in the book, that's only going to affect their opinion of it positively. So that's that. That's sort of where the book is at. You know, definitely check it out if you want. I'm proud of it. In any event, just any information or any promotion on it is a positive thing.
Tell your family, tell your friends, tell anyone with kids, or even like older teenagers.
Yeah, especially people that like jazz. If they like jazz, even kind of, sort of.
Or they like poems.
Or prose. You know, I think this will be a good book for them.
You keep saying prose. That's just weird.
Prose. Prose, poetry.
Prose.
Yeah.
Oh my
Prose.
Anyways, I've never heard it called prose until Francis started doing this children's book, but okay.
Yeah, well, poetry. So if you like poetry, you'll be digging the book. Akira makes an appearance in it.
I make an appearance in it, but like in a different face. Not my face.
So if you want to support l.shima, you can support this book, which will eventually make it back to l.shima. So do it.
Do it. Alright, guys. Francis told me that this needs to be an hour. Just kidding. He didn't say that. No, he really did. But anyways, so real fast, technically, next week, May 22nd, is my 50th episode. Actually, it's really not, since I didn't do an episode last week. It's actually the 49th episode. But whatever. I've already announced it like a few times. I don't feel like changing it. So May 22nd is my quote-unquote 50th episode of Be Cool. And that's the entire series of Be Cool. So I'm super amped about that. And you should be super amped about that, because I'm going to do a like trivia night or something, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. dab, dab, dab. Because I'm doing a trivia night. I'm gonna ask a few questions that relate to the podcast Be Cool. So from the first ever season to the last episode, I will have random questions that involve the episodes of Be Cool. So I'm not really sure. Well, I know what the questions are, but you're not really sure what is going to be asked. And if you get an answer right, and if you're the first person to get an answer right, you win an awesome l.shima merch. Should I inform them of what they could possibly win, or should I still keep that a secret?
Give them a snippet.
Should I tell them of something new, or something that they already might know already?
Give them something new.
Something new? Are you sure?
Get it.
Drop one of Clue's bombs. Did I get that right? Did I get that reference right?
Yeah.
Yeah! Anyways.
Traditionally it's Funkmaster Flex, but DJ Clue works too.
Yeah, okay, anyways. So one of the merchandise that you may have a chance of winning is gonna be one-of-a-kind handmade l.shima coasters. What? Yeah, I know. I just screamed in my thing, and I'm gonna have a hard time editing that. So seriously, next week, May 22nd, you have to be here on the live recording of the 50th episode, May 22nd of Be Cool, to qualify, and then obviously you have to win one of the questions to get something awesome. So that's happening. I'm super amped about it. This entire week I have to actually make a lot of things and get a lot of things printed. It's gonna be a very busy week for this gal right here. Are you raising your hand because you have a question? Okay. Yes, Francis.
What happens after this episode?
I already mentioned it 2 weeks ago, but for anyone that just doesn't remember or anything like that, or you're just new to this episode, I am a human being, and human beings...
No, you're not.
Oh, no, I'm not? Oh, shit.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. I am a human being, and as... What are you doing, dog? Thanks, Francis. I'm a human being, as all of y'all are, and as one, we need to take some breasts. I wanted to say breaks and / rests, but it just ended up being breasts. So anyways, we need to take some rests. We need to take some sleeping and some breathers and vacations and things along those lines. So May 22nd will not only be the 50th episode, but it will be the last episode of this series, of the season. I plan to bring Be Cool up again when the summer or the fall ends up approaching. So stay tuned for announcements about that. But yeah, you don't want to miss the last episode / the 50th episode. So seriously, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a party. It's going to be wild. So yeah. Francis, do you have any last words? Any sites to promote? Any social media?
I think I'm in a real pickle.
Just don't even say anything afterwards. You're done. That's you. Alright, guys. Well, I'm sorry I didn't really ask any of y'all questions. I'm sure y'all had some bomb-ass days. Follow me on Snapchat, especially if you want to check out the behind-the-scenes of what happened earlier today. Plus, for future shoots that I have lined up and anything else that goes on in my crazy life. And anything about Akira. Alright, guys. And follow my newsletter if you want to actually read whatever happens in my life. So, toodles everyone on Periscope. Thanks for tuning in, even though there was realistically like only 2 of y'all. And bye everyone on Newsstream. Thanks for being so awesome, and y'all have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous night, day, evening,